it is Teresa here, and today we are going to do this spine. So this is the second way I am going to be putting together one of these night before Christmas journals. This one I already sewed in. I sewed in the signatures. You will not see that process though, but yeah. So let's get crafting. All right, what you are going to need: your book, your little golden book, your spine, your glue, your papers you want in there, all that good stuff. So I'm one of those, I don't really try to save these. I know a lot of people do. I don't. So I'm just gonna gently pull this because I want to keep the whole thing. And this is really not wanting to come apart, and it is breaking. Okay. Let's try the back. Oh, there we go. This is coming apart a little bit easier. Luke, that is naughty. Oh. Cats scratching where they're not supposed to. There we go. So I am going to just take these off. And some people cut these down, and see, some people just cover this right here and use that spine. But I am not. All of that will be covered up. But I'm gonna cut this apart. I've never had it where the spines stayed in contact. I guess this is just a newer book than what I am used to using. Oh, there we go. There we go. And we are going to get these out, so here we go. I lost this, so let's just there. One down. All right. Okay, so we have that done. My spine is 1.5. I'm deciding if I want to do 2 or 3 signatures. I don't know yet. I thought this would be really cute for the binding. Oh, we are going to, I use my stuff right here to start it. And that is, let's see. Now you could do binding 2 different ways. You can do it where this in part is glued right into there. And you have this, but I'm going to do it the other way. All right, so let's put that roughly right there. And you want a little bit of a break. So you're going to this is a little above. We're going to cut that off. Hopefully I didn't totally butcher it. Okay, let's see. Oh no, look. Yay, I did that right. Awesome. Okay, this needs to come over though, because this is not centered. And there we go. Okay, so you want a little bit of a space in between this gusset area so it will, you can fold it better. Now, I am not sure if this is my PVA glue or my Mod Podge. I think it's PVA because that's what I prefer to use. It doesn't really have the consistency of Mod Podge, so. PVA glue is a little bit more liquidy than Mod Podge, in my opinion, and it's meant for bookbinding. It's like a bookbinding glue, so I like to use this. I just need to glue one side completely down, and the glue has been known to seep through the fabric. If you don't like that, use an interfacing to stop it, and that will actually make your fabric more like book fabric. Okay. There we go. And we are going to, that looks really off. Is that off? Nah, it'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to trim this a little bit up like I did with the other side. And now we're just going to, this is the back. Good, okay. So see how I have a little bit of a gusset right there? That's what we want. Now, I'm gonna actually glue the fabric this time. And we are going to put this right next to it with a little bit of a, and because we're doing it this way, we don't have to cut down our pages. If you were to cut this little part off or whatever, whichever way, you probably would have to cut your pages a little bit more. Okay, now let's do the other side. But yes, this is totally off, which is fine. I'm going to put a ribbon on here and to hide the raw edges of this. So it'll be okay that way. All right, and again, you want your little bit of a gusset like that. And then we are going to flip this over and give all of our sides a good rub down. Now you could totally use your bone folder. I just use my hands because I do. Here we go. And now we're going to glue those down. There we go. And the last thing, you want to cover this. You can do it any way you want, but I'm going to use the same fabric if I can find my fabric. Oh. All right. Okay, and we don't need all of this. So let's fold that up right there and give this a little cut. Now, if you don't like the fray, gluing it will help with that. I personally don't mind it. I think it adds a little bit of character to the inside and to the top. Yeah, that's the top. Okay, so I'm going to glue the fabric. I really do. Like, these silicone brushes work so good. And then when the paint dries, you can just peel the paint off, the glue off. It's awesome. I think I bought these in a packet. I want to say it was either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I don't know. Maybe it was as far back as Joann's. I don't know. Not like you can buy at Joann's anymore, but that's okay. You can also find them on Amazon. So it's almost done. Hope everyone's doing good. So some of my videos are not going to be edited much, just because it's easier on the brain right now, and my brain is weird. All right. I need to. I don't know where my rag went. Shoot. It's been dry before I could find something. Here. We're just gonna make use of that. All right. So if you want the frill to go a little bit above the line, that's what I'm doing with this. And then we are just going to do a good press. It's gonna need to dry. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of funky, huh? That's gonna get cut. Okay. Now I'm gonna just here we go. And that down there isn't done, so let's put a little bit here. And then we're going to let it dry like this, but it'll wind up being like this. And if you want a curved spine, you just wet this more and then curve it out. But, okay, we are going to do pages now. Just set this aside to let it dry. Okay, so I know it's definitely going to have 2 signatures. And if I do 2 signatures, then I can put a little charm on the back, which would be kind of cute. So maybe that's how I'll do it. But little golden books have 2 signatures. This is the first, this is the second. And so what I'm going to do is be able, we know it's 8 up. Actually, yeah. We want it to go a little past 13. So 13 1/4. Oh. Let's fold these, and the only thing is these are a little bit too tall, but the length of it will be perfect. See, these are a little bit bigger than that, which is fine. So let's cut all these down to 8, and then we'll pull out the paper that we're going to put in this one. So I would love to know what you guys think about this series. Are you liking it so far? I know there's not a whole lot up going right yet, but okay. I thought I had a video on how I dyed this paper and I can't find it. So I must have made it in my head or thought I was recording and didn't. I'll have to do another video on that for you guys because it was really easy. All right. Those just need to be folded. Actually, they need to be cut at the bottom. I think this time is what we're going to do. We'll cut a little bit on the bottom and a little bit on the top. And these can just be folded in. That needs to be cut. And let's see what other papers I have in here. Oh, this will be fun. So these are each going to have a different set of papers and all that jazz. I like that. We're going to use that. Okay, let's see where we're at now. extras. And these fold just up to 6 by 6, so they'll be good for those. Okay. We are going to trim a little bit off the top. Let's go right there. And go on the bottom and do the rest. And there we go. So we're going to do the same with this. We're going to trim just a little bit off the bottom this time because I don't want to get rid of any of that ornament. And we're going to go to the 8 mark and trim off the top. All right. And I just need to cut these little things off, and then they'll be good to go into the binding. Okay. I don't want to fold these like this because that would look really weird, but they kind of look weird on the side. I think I might use these as pockets. There we go. And we're going to see whether we want a how many things in there, but this is basically how I prep my pages for this. And then I just fold on my paper and then put them in between each one of these as needed. And you guys have seen so many times how I sew in a signature. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for following me. You guys are amazing. Bye.